In this video, I explain you how to calculate the net asset value of a mutual fund units or mutual fund shares. In real time, this process of calculating NAV is called as fund accounting. There are many number of opportunities for fund accountants. So first of all, we see what is a net asset value or NAV. NAV of an investment company is the company's total assets minus total liabilities. Next is mutual funds generally must calculate their net asset value at least once every business day, typically after the major stock exchanges close. And in case of open-ended mutual fund schemes, the investment companies should disclose the NAV values every day, so that next day the buying and selling, the trading will take place based on the NAV values disclosed. And next, an investment company calculates the NAV of value of a single share or per share NAV value by dividing its NAV, that is net asset value, by the number of shares that are outstanding. So NAV value per share is net assets divided by number of shares outstanding. And finally, per share NAV value will change daily, depends on the change in the stock prices and number of stockholders in the fund. So now we see we try to build a fund asset from its scratch, assuming that initial fund value is 1 lakh and with a par value of a unit per unit or per share is 10. So total number of shareholders will be total initial fund divided by par value, that is per unit value of share. So this is, we got initial number of shares outstanding at 10,000. So this 1 lakh rupee is invested in 4 different stocks. We make an assumption. So in stock A, we purchased around 500 units or 500 shares of stock A, 300 units of stock B, and 1000 units of stock C, and 500 units of stock D. And share price is 30 rupees, 50, 20 and 25. So our capitalization will be, capitalization equals to number of shares multiplied by share price. So 15,000. Similarly, we drag here. So we have 30, 50, 62,500 is invested in different shares, assuming that we purchase 1000 here. So 50, 75,000, and let us say 500 here. So 25,000, 45, 50, 70, 85. So balance is our cash. So 15,000 is cash. And liabilities, assume that brokerage charges we owe around 2,000, and tax liability is another 2,000. Now total assets, this equals to sum of, we use Excel function, sum. So our total assets are 1 lakh and total liabilities equals to sum $4,000. Next, net asset value. So total net asset value is total of assets minus total of liabilities. So net asset value is 96 and net asset value per share is equals to net asset value divided by number of shares outstanding. So net asset value per share is 9.6 rupees in the beginning. Now we'll see what happens when the share price increases. Suppose this share is when we purchase, the share is rupees 30. Now let us assume that the share price moved up from 30 to 36. So when it increased to 36, our net asset value per share increased to 9.9. Earlier it was 9.6. And here let us say in a C, the stock C, when we purchase, the share price is 20. Now it moved to 28. So our net asset value has become 10.7 rupees. So as the share price increases, net asset value of units will increase. What happens if share price decreases? So suppose here we got a share price of 50. Now it came down to 40. So our net asset value decreased. Earlier it was 10.7, but now when the share price decreased, so it become 10.2. So 10 rupees 20 paise. So our total, that is the net asset value per share, will change based on increase or decrease in share prices. And another is in case of open-ended schemes where investments can flown at any point of a time based on based on investment, that is fund assets under management, the NAV will also change. So suppose new investors joined us and invested 10 more thousand. So already we have 1 lakh and they invested 10 more thousand. So this fund will become 1,10,000. And we have now 1100 shares. So this 10,000 rupees is invested in purchasing shares. Let us say this shares, we have 500 shares. So with the 10,000 we may purchase 200 shares here. So 200 shares, 500 plus 200, total number of shares is 700. So 8,000 we spent here, and cash increases by another 10,000, 25,000. So our net asset value is 10.91. And if price of this stock increases from 40 to 50, so our net asset value also increase. That means the net asset value per share depends on fluctuations or increases or decrease in share prices, as well as on the assets under management or fund value.